Oh, okay, so here I am. Can you take it? Um, January 1st, 2015, and I figured it's time for me to make a message to reflect on 2014 for our team and for this experience we've shared and this journey we've shared, and kind of come up with some ideas, a mantra, if you will, for 2015 and where this team is going, where your team is going. Will you form a team? Will you set goals? Will you lead by example? Um, all those things that we talk about all the time. You know, those things we say. We write our goals down because if you don't write it down, it doesn't happen, right? It's true, you could write it down, makes it more real, makes it more tangible, but you still have to take the action to make the goal happen. So I think it's funny when we always say, just write it down and it's going to happen. So I'm going to write, I'm going to be a millionaire and it's going to happen. No, there's still steps, you know, we take as a team to get to point B, if you will. So 2014, wow, what a freaking year. It's crazy as I sit back and think about like all these big, huge, crazy goals that I had, and I didn't even really have them at the beginning of the year. They were so little, and they got a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, and really after Summit, I had a whole new passion. Like I was reignited and felt some damn fuel, and I really just wanted to shoot for the stars. You know what I mean? And maybe that was a little bit late in the year because that was June to kind of make your, you know, your eyes get big and you chase stars. You know, later in the year, you didn't really have a full solid start on it, but I'm thankful because when you reach for the stars, no matter if you fall short, you're still falling amongst stars, right? So I sit back and I reflect, and I'm so grateful to be here and to learn everything I've learned. I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers. I try my best to lead by example, share as much information as I possibly can with you guys so that you're set up for success. If I hear something or I see something, I'm going to try to share it with you guys. But I'm just no different from you guys, you know. I learn so much from you guys, my team, and just to watch us grow and to look back at 2014 and think where we were going to be, where we thought we should be, if we exceeded that or if we fell short, who's going to be there with us, who's going to be next to us. I mean, if you'd have told me that this little world would have changed so much over the last 6 months even, I would have thought you were crazy. But everything does happen for a reason, and the people that are here for a reason. And I wouldn't change it for all the tea in China. You know, I had this big lofty goal after Summit to become an elite 5-star diamond coach, and that would be freaking phenomenal. And I fell short. But I fell short because I realized in this process, and you guys have heard me say this more recently once I really reflected upon where I was going and what I was doing, is I can't make my goals your goal. You know, you have to have your own goals. And as a leader, we don't need to put our goals first. We need to put your goals first. So same goes for you with your teams. If you have a team, you need to put their goals first, and yours is going to organically happen. So as I sit here tonight, really in my first full year of coaching and knowing that I achieved a premier coach, and what a great accomplishment that is, and how huge it is for me, and to do things that most people don't do in this business, and to fall amongst the top 5% in this business is huge for me, like huge. So I'm happy. And then I thought, like, what can we do different to create a culture within our groups, within our team, within our hearts, that breeds this fury and this passion, and I really feel like it's individualized. I feel like holy crap, we had so many tough blows, you know, amongst our team this year, and I, as I read in the different groups, the elite contenders groups and the premier contenders groups, like, man, you guys, some of those stories in there would rip your heart out, like things that have happened to people and their teams and stuff. It's just crazy. I could relate to some of it, but then I look and I'm just thankful. I'm blessed. I mean, we're so new at this in the grand scheme of things when you look at the whole Beachbody world, and for us to finish in the top 300 teams of 280,000 teams, because really when you look at an individual, they're only as good as their team. I'm only as good as you guys are. Your teams will only be as good as, you know, the ones under them. So for us to finish there is huge. Like, that's great. I'm so beyond proud of that. I feel like I'm rambling, but I really wanted to come up with like a mantra, you know, like have a mantra for this year for 2015. And obviously, I'm gonna set goals. I already built my dream board a couple days ago, and I put new stuff on there, and some of it might be crazy and insane, but that's okay, right? That's the whole freaking dream big and never give up on it. And even if you fall short, like to look back at my dream board that I built last year and to have all of those things. The only thing that we didn't do was a Disney cruise. That was like the one thing I was like, oh, I want to take my kids on a Disney cruise, but that changes every other week. I'm like, oh no, I want to take them to Paradise Island or wherever the hell. But I just to like see that my mom's here and cross that off my list, and some other, you know, there's just some other small things that were there that were crossed off that felt amazing. And that's, I guess, the key to writing stuff down, is that you could go back and look at it and go, wow, it will blow your mind how many of those things you achieve. So the mantra for 2015, I mean, like, I heard this saying recently, and it said, make your mess your message. And I was like, eureka, that's exactly what we do. We make our mess. We all have a mess, right? We all have a life. Nobody's perfect. Like I said, I don't know everything. I'm completely teachable. It's all about sharing. I get ideas from all kinds of places, and I try to put them to use, put our own spin on it, put our own personality on it. But we're all messy. Like, look at me. What time is it? It's 10:52. My toddler's still up. My 2-year-old. Like, I don't live a perfect life, you know? And I'm okay with that. I embrace that. But I'll share that, you know? There's no shame in my game, and I'm not trying to project that I'm something that I'm not. And like I said, I don't have all the answers. I don't know what I'm doing all the time, but I seek out information, and if I don't have the answer, I'm going to get it. So, and try my best to lead by example and do it month after month, and set goals and keep the momentum up. But I can't do that without you guys. So that's basically it. Like, I need my little mess. I even was chatting with my coach today, with George, and he was on his way home from Vegas, and I said, George, like, he pretty much expressed to me, like, Shelly, I know you want us to be more organized, and sometimes we're all over the place. And I was like, me? Like, I'm okay with being all over the place. I'm the one person that's okay with being all over the place. I've said it a million times. I run this business like I'm a hippie. Do I wish I was aligned like some of the you know, elite coaches like the Melanie Mitros, and they're just so freaking organized, and then they see, and, you know, they almost make your head spin, because everything they have and they do seems like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, and this. But then I stop and I'm like, that's her chapter 20, right? And we're on chapter 1 or 2. So like they say, like, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10, 11, or 12. And that's kind of where I have to check myself and say, okay, let's be realistic here. So, but I was telling him, I'm okay with being all over the place. The one thing I need, though, when I'm all over the place, is I need to be aligned with a couple of teams, a couple of leaders, a couple of people that are grounded and that have focus and that are organized, because I'm not those things. And if I could get better at them, I will. I almost felt like I was more organized and more focused when I was at work. You know, time was not something that I had a lot of, and I had to structure it properly. I'm very happy with the systems we have set in place. They could always get better, and we're always fine-tuning things, but more importantly than systems and little things to check off your list, I think the important thing is just knowing that I'm with people that believe in what we do. And no matter if you look at your year, if you even do that, I do that, and I'm always going to do that, reflect on my year. But if you reflect on it as a failure or a success, just know that you could always improve. I never want to be not teachable. I'm totally teachable. So if you guys have advice for 2015, if you guys have a vision for 2015 for your team, share it with us. Share it with your team. Never get too far away from, you know, where you started, you know. So I try my best to keep in close proximity to George, because he's my team, you know, and Vivian, that's my team, and, you know, Team Eagle is your team. This is a funny business, because we all strive to have our own teams, and you will have your own team. I mean, when I look at the beginning of this year, I had like it was me, Jason, and Samantha. That was it. Like, that was our team, and it grew so quickly. But even if you do, you know, strive to have your own team, which we all should, and you all do, even if it's just you and one other person, that's your damn team. You know what I mean? We're always going to be a part of each other in some way. So we always need to have some sort of unity. So make your mess your message. I think that's a phenomenal thing to say, and we all say it. We all know it. It's really not about being all these fancy things that we see and that we get jaded by. It's about being you. People that trust you and join you. See this? Can you sit down? No. See? Not perfect. They join you and they trust you and they want to be a part of you because it's you, your personality and what you have to share and offer, and something they see in you, something they relate to in you. So I guess just this year, go out and be you. And if you want certain things, it's completely obtainable. You could do it. We could all do it. I mean, just to watch how far we've come, and we were really skyrocketing up, and then we leveled off, and a lot of momentum died, and it was okay though. You know, it had to happen that way, and I'm thankful for it. And I think like I'm just going to continue to keep grounded as far as what the goal of what we're doing here is, and not get jaded by, you know, certain things that we see and that we want and that we desire. Those are going to happen. They're going to happen organically if you have an open heart, open mind, and just keep sharing your message. And my message is messy, and I'm okay with that, and I'm going to share that. So that's all. I just wanted to give you guys, can you open the door please? Just wanted to give you guys that. I have another child at my door now. Give you guys that little tidbit of me and tell you guys Happy New Year. Let's bring it. Make it awesome.